I'm so sad. Also, I just left an embarrassing voicemail to the man I last had feelings for, and I'm disgusted by it because a part of me gets the feeling he's just gonna mock it and feel happy. But whatever. Ugh. I feel weird tonight. Then again, I feel as good as anyone would feel when they almost accidentally set their bed on fire. And thankfully, I don't know, it was a bunch of emotions. You think that you're just gonna come home and enjoy some sweet and sour chicken and make some music and clean up your bedroom and have a nice fucking time. And then fall asleep at what, like 2 a.m., cuddled up in your blankets with your teddy bears, and you can have a nice night. But no, next thing you know, your bedroom almost sets on fire. Next thing you know, you stop it, but your apartment fills with smoke. Next thing you know, the friendly upstairs neighbor helps you at least turn off one of the fire alarms and helps you air out most of the place. Next thing you know, your housemate, who has already hated you for no fucking reason ever since you moved in, honestly, because they're a fucking cunt. Next thing you know, they get physically aggressive with you and then openly try to jostle you and shove you out the way like a fucking football player and openly mush you and hit you in the fucking face when you know you don't deserve that fucking shit. And then next thing you know, you try to hit back. And then you forget that you're a very strong person with very great arm coordination. And next thing you know, your housemate has a nose that's all fucking crooked and fucked up like a goddamn Picasso, and they're bleeding and gushing blood from their nose. And a part of me was like, fuck. And another part of me was like, yeah. The angel and the devil on my shoulder, they both said different things that were very out of the ordinary. The angel said, you go, girl. The devil said, holy fucking shit. You went too far. Are they okay? And I think I know the reason. The voice of positive reason that always tries to make me be the better person in my head knew that I had always tried to be the better person with my housemate. Always, always, always. My housemate was the type of person to take a shit and not wash their hands after it, knowing I was a germaphobe, and leave the whole place sticky. We once had a disgusting roach infestation so bad because of them doing dumb shit like leaving half spilled ramens over. It's just spilled in the fucking, like, imagine a half cup of ramen spilled in the microwave and left there by a grown ass man who has the ability to use his two fucking hands to clean that shit up, and just letting it rot and fester for ages until next thing you know, you open up the microwave and it's got like at least nine fucking roaches in it. Disgusting. We almost had to throw the thing out. They were the type of asshole where I remember I asked them to stop spitting huge disgusting loogies in the sink that, like, with the mesh drain in it, because it would clog the sink and make it unable to get flushed down, and they refused to do the one simple thing of like taking out the mesh drain before they do it, or spitting anywhere else. No, no, no. Let's just say I had to physically remove the mesh drain entirely and hide it somewhere, and anytime they found it, I hid it again, because do you think I'm gonna wash my hands in a sink that's clogged to the brim with your fucking thick, huge green globs of mucus, you nasty motherfucker? No. My housemate is the type of person that brags about only showering every 6 days. And then every time they shower, which honestly seems like a lot longer than 6 days, they leave a disgusting black tar film around the bathtub. They are the type of person where you could say, hello, good morning, and they'll say, ugh, or, ugh, or nothing at all. They are a cunt. They are a crab apple. They are a piece of shit, and they are a weirdo. There's a lot wrong with this individual. Let's see. They did meth when they were younger, and they used to do it with alcoholic soda back in like the 70s or whatever. And they used to beat the shit out of their classmates for fun in gym class. And to this day, they don't feel bad about it and look at the memories fondly. They're the type of person where they could see some pretty girls having a conversation too loudly and happily in public, and their first thought is how badly they want them to get killed. They have admitted to me several times that they have fucked teenagers, like actual minors, like 15-year-olds, when they were in their 20s and 30s. Actually, I think just their 20s and late 20s, but still, after some point, they claimed to have felt really guilty about it and tried to repent and atone, and even contacted the young ladies after even decades have passed and reminded them that it was bad what happened, but it's like, eh. They also used to be the type of person where they were like a fucking edgelord, like the type of person that would have like a punk fucking vest that has like Nazi swastikas and slurs and shit on it, and they'd walk around in public, and if someone was like, fuck you, man, you fucking Nazi, they'd say, no, I'm not a Nazi, I'm just more woke than you are because I don't let words affect me. And they would like rage bait and troll. They were pathetic. They still to this day are a pathetic individual. Nothing about them is impressive in so many ways. And for years I've tolerated their bullshit. For years. The first year I tolerated too much, to the point where I remember thinking either I need to move out or I need to kill myself, but they wouldn't even care if I died, so I guess toughing it out is somehow. Then we got a new housemate. And I remember she helped me eventually team up and just be like, you know what, fuck it. You're the reason we have roaches. You're the reason that everything's covered in fucking dust. You're the reason of this. You're the reason of that. If you, like, yeah, you need to actually work on the upkeep of the home or else it's not going to get better. And then eventually things with that housemate were good until she moved out. And then next thing you know, all the bullshit I've documented about they're like for the past 2 years they've been trying illegal shit despite knowing damn well they've been doing illegal shit. And it's also a factor to me being bedridden this year is that they kept trying illegal shit to try to like get me out of here. And it's like, oh well, it turns out you can't evict someone who pays the rent on time, doesn't cause any issues, all that. Fucking asshole. But I will say this, I don't know, it was just my angel in my brain. You know, the voice of reason, the optimistic voice, the good voice. It told me you did what, honestly, I'm not saying it was good to hit him, but boy did it feel good. Because, you know, you have 3 years of reasons to back that shit up. From disrespect and disgusting behavior and all sorts of shit. I bet that felt really fucking good for you, Tamia. And then the second voice, the devil voice, the one that usually tells me that all problems can be solved with homicidal thoughts of cannibalism and murder. The one that makes me do intrusive and impulsive things. The one that validates me. The one that's like, no, Tamia, you were valid for beating the shit out of that one guy before. Simply put, this time my voice was like, oh wow, you did too much, are you okay? And the answer is because I accidentally used a lot of it didn't seem like that. I don't know. I didn't seem like I used that much strength. I had my phone in my hand. Maybe that did it. Or maybe I just forget that I have huge fucking hands and bones without any muscle in them. So it probably feels a lot more lethal than like someone who's like big as fuck with plushy, fatty, muscular hands. It probably feels a lot worse. Probably feels like a knife attack. Like a bunch of knives drawn together by tendons. I don't know. All I know is I felt scared. I felt like I could have killed that man on accident. Did I? No. He's fucking fine. Like, I think like an hour ago, maybe even still now, he was just like watching 70s cartoons or whatever in his shitty fucking bedroom covered in dust and grime and gruel. It's disgusting. But I still felt bad. Because I guess it's like I drew blood. I broke his fucking nose, or at least it looks like I did. Unless maybe his nose has just been ugly as fucking crooked this whole fucking time, but I doubt it. Did I hit it at a right sideways angle and accidentally demolish this man's fucking face? I didn't know he was that fragile. I didn't know he would break like fucking glass. But the most interesting thing is this is someone I used to be afraid of. Something that's really good about a fight is that once you fight someone, you're not afraid of them anymore. At least in my case. Because what are they gonna do? Beat your ass? It's like, yeah, if I already know I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. Or if I already know how your ass whoopings feel, I'm not gonna be afraid of you doing that shit again. Like, but I still have a soul. For example, last year when I got into that fight with that girl and I backhanded the shit out of her and it got 1,000,000 views, that girl. Let's just say I remember I still felt bad after, to an extent. Because she was in hysterics and I thought to myself, ah, damn it, I didn't want to whoop her ass. I wish she would have just calmed down a bit. She would have known that I would have definitely left Riley. I didn't know that they broke up so recently or that they still kind of sort of had any sort of thing together. I would have, like, she handled it the wrong way and But she attacked me first. To this day, I feel validated about that. She was the one who attacked me first. And so, if you scar my neck with your nails, and you're kicking, shoving, and hitting my back, and all I've been trying to do is fucking pack and get my stuff together so that I can fucking leave, then you can't be mad at the tricks up my sleeve, aka my wrist up my fucking sleeve hitting your face at Mach 5 fucking speed. It's like, yeah, bitch, fuck you. She got fucking whacked in the face, and then we had to get into a fucked up little entanglement of fighting, and it was stupid. And I remember afterwards, I was shocked that my hand hurt her face that much. I was shocked that anything I did to her hurt that much, and I felt bad. I didn't want to hurt her. A part of me did, but a part of me didn't. Like, just because I have a primal urge to take a bitch down doesn't always mean that my present urge wants to, you know? It's like that scene in Carrie where she starts killing people, and she is killing people. Absolutely, she is, with her brain powers going haywire and her emotions going high. But you know what? Deep down in her soul, she probably didn't want to kill her classmates. She probably felt fucking terrible about it. All those people did. I doubt she felt any sort of happy about hurting those people. She just wanted to have a nice night at prom, and people kept fucking with her. And you can only be put in a corner so much before you have to fight back to escape out of it. I'm so tired of being put in danger. I'm so tired of nights where I have to sit awake. This night reminds me of the night I had to fight my grandmother. It was over something as simple as closing a bathroom door. I chime in, haven't you bitches ever heard of closing a bathroom door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of rage and being fucking nasty. And yeah, I remember how it felt having my grandmother, who also had shit on the walls and feces covered fingers, just like my current housemate, because cycles always happen, don't they? I remember the way she grabbed me by my fucking favorite shirt, my favorite fucking jacket, beautiful green old jacket with the gold trim. I loved that coat. And the way she grabbed me and tried to swing me into a wall, and the fight that broke out, and I felt bad. I had to see my younger brother spring up awake and cry because he was fucking traumatized and terrified seeing the sister he loved get attacked by old bitch grandma who he also possibly loved, It's traumatic, it's scary, you never know how a fight can end. Funny enough, a part of me loves fights, but another part of me knows that, I'll put it this way, if you ever see me shy from a fight, it's because I know myself too well. If I start a fight, it's going to be really hard for me to end it, because a part of my brain will be like, you know how to end it. Make it fun. Do what you want, and take control. But did I do that? No. I resist every time. Because I know that I would rather the other person be okay, and that we breathe and talk and shake hands after, but do other people have that urge? No. They want to keep fighting even if there's a chance to pause, and I hate that. Because I don't want to hurt anybody. I know what I'm capable of. I know what sick thoughts have been in my head. I know what strength lies within my arms and my veins and my hands and my legs. I don't want to hurt people, but you know what? Fuck those niggas. So another part of me is like, absolutely, I'm glad I have lost my fear of fighting people. Because as time goes on, eventually you're like, you know what? If I'm afraid of a fight, people will shove me around and act like I'm nothing and try to hurt me. I have plenty of instances, especially of sexual assault, where I wish that instead of freezing up and having a fawn response or a flee response or a fear freeze response, I wish I would have just been whooping ass. And I've gotten really good. Like, sometimes I try not to whoop ass, sometimes I lean into it. I'm just saying, please do not fuck with me. Because I think I have finally learned how to defend myself, and I'm happy about it. And the feeling is staying so long as I can be safe. Anyway, about what I was saying. My grandmother hurt me. I remember the night she hurt me years ago. I was like, 18, 19 at the time. I remember I was up super late until like 4:20 a.m. staring at my little brother's Buzz Lightyear clock on his desk and laying in his bed, being unable to sleep with my shit tea fucking fingerprint covered clothes from the scuffle, and feeling disgusted and upset and annoyed and irate, and knowing that I didn't know what was going to happen, but another part of me knew that my mom was not going to toss her ass out. And then lo and behold, time went on. You want to know what happened? My grandma got to stay, and that fucked with me. You want to know what else? The fight with my mother. She had it coming, but it still got to me. I remember the way tons of people in my disgusting and interesting bloodline tried to inform me that attacking my mom, even in self-defense, was bad, and that it didn't matter that she sat her almost bare vagina on my face. It didn't matter that she scarred my face up and left it bloodied and tried to gouge out my fucking eyes. It didn't matter, because I was supposed to be a dutiful little daughter who just tolerates and tolerates and tolerates and is ready to be shipped off back to her mother and forgiving. And it's like, I'm not that type of person. No, thank you. She lost that version of a daughter a decade before. No more than a decade. She had been way too abusive of a parent. And she was mad that I left, but she had it coming. What do you expect? You were physically abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, damn near sexually abusive, and like plenty of times I'll tell people stories about what happened, and they'll just be like, oh, hey, Timothy, did you ever realize in this story that she was openly trying to fucking kill you? And it's like, oh yeah, she's a disgusting, vile little vermin, and I have no care for her in my system at all. And I'm free, and it's been 5 years, but I have to say, tonight was one of those nights where it just kind of like re-traumatizes you. Because it's just the same shit of, look, it's 5:45 a.m. I want to sleep. I want to rest. I wanted tonight to end with me beating my meat to fucking delicious titties I see on Reddit and eating sweet and sour chicken and cozied up against my teddy bears. And I guess it's not too late, but I don't have an appetite for the rest of my sweet and sour chicken. And I guess, I don't know. I don't know what I'll wake up to tomorrow. Maybe my entire life will change. Maybe it'll be unchanged. Maybe it'll be life continues as usual, but this time my housemate, who I hardly see around anyway, just has a little bit of an uglier face. Maybe I get to press charges on them rightfully because they fucking attacked me. Maybe nothing happens. Maybe everything happens. I think nothing will happen. But you never know. Sometimes fights can lead to anything, sometimes they can lead to nothing. But I still feel bad about hurting people. Trust me when I say there's multiple forms of being that live inside of me, and they're all beautiful and admirable and all sorts of sweet. But I have to say, I will probably, I felt good. I felt good. Not like I wanted to do it, but that it happened on accident, and it's like a happy accident that you don't want to admit out loud because people might think you're a little nutty. But genuinely, I really just I wish people would stop trying to fuck with me. Because why do they want to hurt me? And then they learn the hard way that you shouldn't try to hurt someone like me. Because I have what's needed to be very dangerous. I just choose love. Because deep down, I want people to be able to have good nights. But you know what? My housemate didn't want to have a good night because they tried to attack me over something small. So you know what? They had the night they deserved, and there's nothing I can do about it except know that I did it out of self-defense. I didn't do it for sick pleasure. I didn't do it out of joy. I didn't do it as a form of get back or gotcha or anything. I did it because they put their fucking hands on me, and I knew I needed to be safe and defend myself from their disrespect and their attempt to harm. And I'm glad I did. So you know what? They could have had a nice, easy night where they would have let bygones be bygones, and they could have just enjoyed their evening watching shit little cartoons online, eating ice cream and vibing. But since they have no conflict resolution skills, no accountability skills, a terrible temper, and just they're a lame ass bitch, guess what? I guess I hope they get to make the most of their evening anyway, with their fucking busted, bloody, crooked ass nose. And yeah, peace out.